Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever. And yes, we are starting somewhere slightly different today, and that's all because this is the first episode I'm recording since the release of the convenience patch by Urban Games, which added several new tweaks and enhancements to the game, basically making life a little bit more convenient, ironing out some of the little frustrations that were going on in the game, and a whole variety of little things just to make life a bit easier, a more pleasant experience for all of us players. It's not a performance patch. They are working on that, they've told us, and that will be arriving sometime soonish. I don't think I've got a definitive timetable for that. There may be other people more in the loop than I am who can give you a better clue, but they are working on it, and they're sounding very positive, but then that's their job, they're developers. Anyway, why am I here? Because one of the major changes they've made is to this interface, the load game. Now what I normally do, let's get rid of that one. What I normally do when I load a new game is, also when I finish an episode, which say was this one here, the last episode, I'll finish it there and save it, and then I'll play on a little bit just to fix any outstanding issues that were in the game at that point, just to tidy up a few loose ends. So that's what I've got here, which is actually about 9 months or so after I finished the last recording, and I'll show you a couple of things I've changed, just so you know that you've not missed anything significant. What I then do is, it may be several days since I last recorded, and I may have actually subscribed to more mods. So I'll come here and say, just check my mod status. Now this is completely different. Previously you had two boxes. You had a box over here which said these are the mods you've currently subscribed but are not running, and a box over here with the mods that you currently have running in your save game. And you had two little arrows kind of thing. You just move mods from one box to the other to enable them or remove them. Now what they've done here is they've laid it out in a much more friendly and convenient fashion, so you can see what it's called. You can see the tags, which is handy, because if, for example, I did subscribe to a new wagon, for example, I'll just type in wagon there and it shows me all those tagged with wagons. It's not perfect because not every modder uses appropriate tags for their mods, but where they have, please do, if you're a modder, please tag things. I love tagging, as it were. It just helps find stuff in there. Like this one, for example, hasn't been tagged. Tut Malk C. Very bad form. And you can see here who created it, and you can link to the workshop page, and you can see here very easily whether it's turned on. If I scroll, I have actually, as you can see, installed quite a few mods, whether it's not turned on, not enabled in this mod. And it also gives you warnings as to what effect, whether the game is likely to crash or there might be something unexpected. Usually that's an indicator of major script changes, or if you've used a mod in a game. Obviously if you take the mod out, the save game will become a little bit iffy. Anyway, now I did actually install a new mod which I do want to enable here. All I've got to do is remember what it was called. The cargo laid zone. Let's have a quick look at that. So click the Steam link, and what it is a new cargo stop. Yeah, you see, it's a kind of replacement for the bus stop, so it makes it look like it's more suitable to actually cargo. But anyway, it looks cool. I like it. So we're going to install that into my game, so I will enable that. That's the only one I will do. So I will start the game now, and I'll be back in a moment to see where we are actually playing it. Alright, so here we are back in the game, and this is this is what I was doing in those few months since the last recording. You remember I just struggled with this bit of road here connecting the town to the airport. So I've eventually forced the town to concede to my demand and put in. It's not very attractive, to be honest, so I may rework it again. But at least there are roads now, so I've got a bus route, which isn't that one. It's another route entirely, which goes to the airport. Yes, I don't think I did this with you, so you didn't see this happening. I did have just one double loop bus route in Whitchurch. I've now turned that into 2 routes, as is my standard really. So it separates out the local residential traffic, the green route, from the incoming traffic from the train station, which is the blue route, which goes to the industrial and commercial zones. As you can see, we are already picking up traffic on the airport, which is nice. How many people? We've got 1 person waiting there. If I bring that back up again, and our vehicles, we've already, look at that, 4 people travelling from Coventry to Whitchurch, so we're on our way to making some money. Yeah, we've got a bit to go. It's only been running for a few months, so that's hardly surprising, but I'm hopeful it will pick up. Okay, now the first thing I want to do here, I noticed this when I was playing on. I play on a little bit, sometimes for quite a few years after I've recorded, just to try some ideas out and see how well they might work. So you don't have to see me experimenting and failing and wasting everyone's time by just making a total hash of stuff. I want to bring this road down because, as we saw, in fact we can see it as this plane comes into land, it does get very close to the ground. In fact, does it? Oh, that almost touches the ground, which is why the airport obviously carved out this huge section of land here. Oh, we're into a new year. Oh my goodness. Right. Oh, that's a funky looking loco, isn't it? And lots of new. Are they? Presumably they are British Rail. BR, as opposed to Bundesrail in Germany. Well, we'll find out, because we'll probably put a new passenger line in place before we go any further. Right, so what I want to do is I actually want to bring that road down, make it lower, so that I can actually complete this passenger line, which I kind of put in before the last episode, as a sort of place marker for getting passengers up to Felixstowe and actually start moving the development of Felixstowe forward, which reminds me, in fact, I need to make another change here before we get going sensibly to this train here, which, yeah, we actually, I cut down, if you may recall, I cut down in the number of fuel wagons coming from the refinery up to Plymouth, to enable it to bring some construction materials down for distribution into Felixstowe to boost the profit of the train going into that town, because it was unreliable in terms of revenue. But I've soon discovered that I'm picking up nowhere near enough fuel to Plymouth on this train, so we need to add more oil wagons to that. Now, we did get a new oil wagon turn up the last year, which is this one. It carries 15. It travels faster than the train does, significantly, and it costs double what the current one does, but only carries about 50% more of fuel. So for the moment I'm going to stick with the SO wagon because it's cheaper, and and doesn't have a ridiculous maintenance cost on it. Actually, shall I put 3 on there? I hope that will work. Oh, they've improved scroll bars, another convenience feature, because sometimes they've improved it on, I think, on all the dialogues, they say. So that could sometimes be an issue on long forms. The scroll bar wasn't always visible. You can't actually click it, but it does. It's more responsive now, which is nice. Okay, let's move these to the end of the train. Actually, what I want to do. This is the exciting stuff, isn't it? I mean, this is what you come to watch a video about. No, don't do that. I'm always doing that. It's that one. Okay, and you, and you. Okay, and then I'll replace that immediately. I could just put into a depot and put the wagons on, but that means I'm diverted from doing real stuff. It wastes time. And you've then got wagons of different ages on the train. Right, so what we're going to do here is Good grief, 45 million. I'm ridiculously rich at the moment, so we need to spend money. So we're going to do, I haven't done this normally, I don't normally do this in my games, but we're going to do some landscape modification and see if we can pull this down. Actually, let's get rid of that bit of road, because you are going to be replaced entirely. I don't have any vehicles using it at the moment, so I'm not worried about that. Should I turn the gradients on just so I can see what I'm doing? Yeah, that's a nasty piece of landscape. Well, I want to bring it down because we're going to have a rail line going along there, and I don't want the aircrafts, the aeroplanes coming down into Whitchurch Airport to actually fly through my vehicles, because that would be extremely unpleasant. I probably need to even this up now a bit. Smooth it out a bit. This isn't something I normally do, so I'm not sure if I'm doing this effectively or not. Time will tell. Okay. So I think if we can get it below that sort of top lip there, we should be okay. So if we stay down there, I mean, it looks very unnatural, really, but that's the way of things. I think that will do. It's going to give me an issue drawing the track line, I think, but I'm going to worry about that later. So what we want is country road, all the way over here somewhere. There we go. Small country road, is that what we've got? Yeah. We don't need it to be terribly big or fast because I'm not using it at the moment. It's going to be purely there for the game traffic. Actually, what I'll do before I do that, let's put the train line in. Let's get that. So we want a new station over here. Now, actually, if we get the gradients up here, yeah, there's some nasty gradients here. I think if we stick our station along this line here, along that gradient, should do nicely. Then we can then carry on to Yate and probably go around to Bristol, up there in the far north of our map. Maybe actually even down to Thatcham. So we're probably going to need at least, I think we'll put a 3-track station in there. And the question is, what will they look like? Passengers, good. We do want a middle platform. We could make it underground. I don't know. I do want to use the underground station because I want to play with that because I've not done that. Right, we'll make it 3. It does look very short. It does look very short. 160. That's a 160 in that one, and that goes from there to there. And that one, not entirely convinced. Do I have any other stations? Oh, these are all a bit complicated ones. Yikes! Oh, this is a right. What's that? Now, is this appropriate to the age we're in? We're in 1950. Okay, it's definitely a German station, and I am playing in England, allegedly. That's oh heck! I'm not sure this sort of station of this grandeur would be built out here in the wilderness of Felixstowe. So let's try this one again. These modded vehicles, these modded stations will be linked in the description below, and they'll be added to my Steam collection as well. What would be nice, I think, if we actually can we bring that closer into the town? We're deleting one house there, that's okay, we'll live with that. So what sort of road have we got? Is it a median street? I have a feeling it's not. Oh, it is a median street, that's fine. Yeah, I'd like to keep it as flat as possible. Oops, that's the wrong direction. Can we do that? Just down a little bit, maybe. Okay. And no, we want that to be flat there. There is a discussion on the Steam forums at the moment about adding grids and the like to the game, and they would definitely be very helpful. I mentioned this I think in the last video. So we could actually create properly straight or parallel roads. So it's that's there. Okay, and there, that works. Okay. Now, does that help me place a station? Kind of, I suppose. Well, where's the best place? Yeah, that works okay there. It's not cheap. There is a bit of a embankment on that, isn't there? We're not going to electrify it as yet. Oh, transit tracks. Ooh, what do they do? So if we put 3 tracks on there. Right, so that's as you can see, that's an extra track in the middle there without a platform, and 2 of them. Oh, that's cool, isn't it? Do I want to use that? That's interesting. But we could put it on. We could put them on the outside, which is more logical, I think. I think we might do that. We might get cargo routes, for example, hurtling through the station at great speed. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That's a nice touch, Mr. Modder. Thank you very much for adding that feature. You mean unable to align terrain? Don't be ridiculous. Oh. You're really complaining now, aren't you? You really don't want to, do you? Oh, it does it there. So I stick it on the core. I can do that. That's okay. Right. So what we will do? That's 3 tracks, isn't it? We want them to be high speed. We might as well electrify them, because we might use electric for our. I'm probably not going to use it. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking I might not use. I like diesels, to be honest. Oh, that's a bit cheaper. Can we stick it there? Yep, that's done. Okay, right. So what I want to do. Did I show you this before? This new piece of track. This is Rusty Track. It's basically a recolouring of the standard track, but I think they've made it a bit slower. Yeah, as well. You could use it around old depots, old lines that have been decommissioned, for example, just to add that extra bit of colour and flavour to your map, which is rather nice. Okay, so that's high speed. Why is it only 77? Don't be ridiculous. We're going to keep you flat for the moment. 88 because there's a curve. 86. That's your correct speed, isn't it? Okay, so we'll do that. We'll take you out. Can I do that for these as well? I can. Just to make sure that the terrain is playing nice for me. Nice if we could. That does even up. That's good. That's cool. Okay. Right. And this is our existing cargo line. Now there may be another line coming in there at some point. So I want to make sure, because we're going to go over that we can get 2 lines over in there. That's cool. Which track shall we use for this? I think no, we'll use the first one for now anyway. So we'll use you. Excellent, you've built a bridge. Don't particularly want a bridge over all that distance. I don't want you to go down so much either. That will do. Yeah. And we're not going to have. You see now. You see this is the new scroll bar. Oh, and it does work. You can hold it and scroll it. That's cool. That's good. What bridge shall we use? I mean, I'm not convinced by that, to be honest. That's a bit slow, as is that. The red one or the green one? Let's go for the red one, I think. It perhaps stands out a bit on the landscape, but there you are. What the heck? Can we actually take that? We can take that down a bit. Good. Which means then we don't need to bridge all that, so this can come down a bit as well. I just think I don't particularly want these huge, great, long bridges where we don't need it. Okay, and then we can bridge over there. Where's the red bridge gone? There you are. So we will take you to there. Good. We don't need that bit of road. Away you go. I've turned off electrification, haven't I? Let me just put that back on. There we go. Right. I think we're looking okay there. The gradients, that's okay. We're within the same sort of level, although it is expensive. But to be honest, I need to find ways of spending this money. Because we've got so much of it. Okay. Again, we'll delete you. How does that look? Oh, that's a bit, yeah. Just curve up a little bit. I think that should be fine. It's getting a bit. I'm gonna be okay with that, I think. Right, and looks like we need to electrify that. The station is already electrified. That's cool. Okay, so right now we will again need buses in here. Actually, where does that? I think what I'll do here, which might help the distribution of goods. Can I connect that up with that? Does that help? No, not particularly. I was hoping that adding that bit of road there would mean the distance from the station to these buildings here could be reduced by going around there. It possibly could if I put the road there, but Now, I think we're going to need to put in some cargo stations, road cargo stations along the road here. But the first thing we need to do is get our passengers sorted out. So, what did we have? Lots of funky new stations, but I think here we will stick with the tried and trusted. We will keep you. We don't need, keep that on. That's you there, and there. We'll go round this way, I think, and then hit the commercial zone once there. Did I put 2 stations in there? No, I didn't. There we go. And here as well. Yeah, why not? I think what I'll do, keep missing those stations. I think what I'll do is I actually upgrade that piece of road. Put in there so it's the same speed as everywhere else. Put in bus stop there and there. Okay. It's a small town, so I'm just going to run the one bus service. Again, I think I'll keep it as a simple loop. Just for the time being. As the town develops, we will add in. We will split it up into 2 routes: residential and industrial and commercial, as per my normal practice. Felixstowe bus circle. That's an exciting name, isn't it? Okay, you can start there. We'll give it a sexy colour. Don't use that colour very often, do I? Well, I have now. And there, and there, and there, and there. And can I? What we'll do then, I think, is we'll go back in this direction. Okay, so it goes from here up and around, and it goes sort of back. Actually, could do with a no. Let's change that slightly. Do a bus stop there. So we'll take these out. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then do I want to do a double loop? Go back. Actually, if we go to that one, then that one, and then back again. So it goes from 7 till 8, 9. If we take 10 out, not quite sure what it's doing there. It's doing some sort of weird turnaround thing. What if we connected that little bit of road there? Would that help? It kind of does. It kind of does. Yeah. I don't particularly want them sort of turning around in the middle of the street, so I'll carry on. Yeah, it's an odd route, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how. No, it's turning round. Where's 15 come from? So it goes there. Actually, we don't need that there. That's better. After a fashion, at least. Okay, so we're going to need a road depot. And that's there. Just take a modern one. Where should we stick this? We're going to, I hope to have buildings here of high value along the station front. So we'll stick this somewhere out of the way. What about up there? In the industrial area. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, so what buses do we have? still got these. Oh, that picture looks better. That was a very odd grey picture in the previous episode, but for some reason it's improved. Either the update, or the mod's been updated, or there's something in the game which works better. One or other. I think that's fun. I think we'll go with this one. 21 as opposed to 22. It's a bit cheaper to run. It carries more passengers. We don't need that many passengers. We don't need buses of that capacity just yet. But we'll stick 4 on there, and hopefully it will start making money at some point soon. So we'll set all those onto the new Felixstowe bus circle, and we'll of course colour the vehicles in that glorious purple colour. You guys going to come out to play? There they are. Gorgeous. Right. So the next thing we need to do is to, I think, put this road back in. I don't need to, I suppose, but I ought to. I'm not sure, actually, I don't know if any of you will know this. If there is actually a penalty to deleting or removing a main connection between 2 towns. There is the annoyance of the flashing icon up there, but is there actually any penalty in the game? Does the game penalise you for taking away routes for residents who will not be using your own transport? Let's stick that up there. It's a slightly more logical piece of road, slightly. Let's not get too carried away. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. I suppose I ought to reconnect these dirt tracks just to show willing. Ah, right, this one's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Can I take it underneath there, actually? Again, I don't actually need this road, certainly not at the moment. But it's just sort of keeping everything in its right place. Aha! Right. So we can. If I take you down there, you can back up there. You will indeed. That's very nicely done. Actually, can I get a second track over there? As if this route takes off, we will need to double track it. We can. That's not a problem. Excellent. Okay, now I don't have a depot around here, do I yet? I'm going to need one. So we will put that out here, I think. Actually, should we draw the tracks first? That's interesting. Can I get you? No, I can't. I'm going to have to delete that terrible piece of bridge. Or could I put the depot out of town around here? Can I? Yeah, I can get this track under that bridge. Let's try that. I've got a lovely complicated piece of track here with switching, so let's see if we can make more use of it. Oh, the other thing they've done is you've now got timed saves. Rather than saving the game at the end of every year, it saves after a certain number of gameplay minutes. So if I just pause that again for a second. So where was that in the options? Controls, was it? Interface. Oh, and they've added scaling, which works for people with bigger and higher resolution 4K screens and stuff, apparently. So in fact, I can probably fiddle with that, can't I? So it makes interfaces so people with those really high resolution screens can actually see the dialogue boxes now, which is rather nice. Doesn't affect me, however. There is an option somewhere to change. It might well be on the main menu rather than in game, to be honest, so I'm not going to worry about that here. But what I do want to worry about is getting this depot sorted. So we've got tracks coming. We could stick it. Could we stick it here? No, I'd rather stick it in the middle of nowhere, out here actually. Let's do that. So we've got signals there to control the junction there. Is this going to be possible? Is this going to be possible at all? I'm not sure. Let's get rid of those signals because they're going to get in the way. There we go. Put you there, and likewise, is that too close to that switch to do that? So what we want is trains going up on the left from here can carry on up there, and they can come down here on the left, and they can switch there if I make that double slip. That's good. Likewise, trains coming. We might need just the one actually. Well, let's see how it goes. I don't need to do that. I need this. And what's... oh, yeah, this is another mod I put in. I'll play with that later, I hope. Just stick our depot out here. There he goes. Do we need to electrify this track? Yes. I'm kind of assuming that I might put an electric train on this new passenger route to Felixstowe. And if I do, then I've got to electrify a bit more of this track to make sure it can actually get to the correct platform. Okay. What am I doing there? What is it doing there? That's more like it. Okay, I'm going to drag you in there. Likewise. Oh, it's trying to merge onto that other piece of... what is it doing? It's trying to snap to the road or something bizarre. Okay, we'll bring it in there. Over that little tunnel. Okay. Right, there you are. Okay, so we're going to need signals, I think. These electric ones. And there. That's splendid. Now, ooh, good question. Actually, do we need... do I need a crossover switch here? Probably not. Probably not. Okay. Now, I did delete some signals around here, didn't I? So we're going to need... we want signals here. Oh, there's a signal there. Let's get rid of that. Old. What do they call that? I don't know. Old style signal. Let's put modern electric in there. Modern light. There you go. That should do nicely, and we're going to want a signal there and a signal there. I think should cover it. Oh, we'd best have one here rather. On trains merging in from the depot. Splendid. Right. New line. Oh, I have used that funky purple colour before. That was in Churchill. That's the other side of the river. That's miles away. It's a whole different land. And this will be... I haven't used bright red round here for a while, have I? So we're going to go from here to there. Right, and it seems happy with that. That's good. So we'll call this one... Shall I just have the game running? Because I shouldn't be losing money at this point because I am so profitable. That's a very simple name to start with. We're going to need a new train. So what do we have? Still don't have any diesels. We have in the electric arena, we have these. That's a nice fast train. It's actually not too expensive, 800k a year, less than 5 million. So when you compare that to the Steams, that's 5 million, 850. Travels a lot faster though. And where was that BR standard we saw come in? There you go, 89 miles an hour. 6 million, yikes. That is expensive. How about those new passenger wagons? They are indeed British Rail, not Bundesrail. So that's 100 miles an hour. Right, and that is quite fast. If we use our electric, this should, if we get any other funky new steam locos come in, these are relatively new. These came in 1950. You saw them come up at the end of the last episode. They're all quite impressive models, but they're too slow. Too slow, really. So yeah, I think let's go electric. Let's go fast and modern. So we'll stick you in there, and that means we want, that goes at 78 miles an hour as the top speed. So again, then the top light is, but shall we? How many does that carry? That carries 16 at 80, 139 a year. Well, this is a lot more expensive, but it carries a few more passengers, faster. I'm going to stay with the top light, I'm afraid, for the time being. I'm just going to stick a couple of coaches on there, which gives me 32. It's going to be a while, I think, before it gets to 32. We'll enhance that when it starts making money and pulling in the passengers. So let's attach you to the Whitchurch Felixstowe line. Waiting for free path. Why? Why are you waiting for free path? Because that train's coming down? Could be. We have pulled out of the depot, which is good. Yeah, because I don't have signals coming back down from the station, because I want everything sort of comes out here to have priority on the switch, which is correct. Because this train isn't going to be coming down here for some time, so once he gets past the release signal, there he goes. You speed him up just a little bit. He's a sexy looking beast. Well, kind of. Oh, I didn't colour in the... Shall I colour in the vehicles? Well, actually that looks better. Actually, I like that nice bright red. That works. No passengers as yet. Oh, look! The airport is picking up passengers. Right, you're at Coventry, and we've got 6 people waiting in Coventry. We may need to upgrade our aeroplanes soon, I think. Actually, is that line making money? Oh, very nearly. Oh, we have. We have made money on our airlines. That's impressive work. Cool. Ooh, he's going a bit too fast, I think, so let's slow him down. This is a lovely station mod. It definitely has a 1950s feel to it, I think. Very much so. No passengers as yet, but there you are. Any passengers in town? There are some. Good. So the buses might be making some money. Unlikely, but you never know. Okay, so we will follow this train for a while. I could probably improve that landscape a little bit. Let's see how our bank balance is doing. Oh my goodness, last year we made 22 million, 56 income. 31 already, and we're just over halfway through the year. This is impressive work. This is good. So we're going to have to find something really exciting and extravagant to do, I think, to start spending some of this money. What's our lines look like? We'll start at the top. Oh, that good. That long-winded route is making very good money, which is good. People often say that point to point rather than sort of long-winded routes going through several stations is the best way to go, but it can be made to work. But our old reliables, the farm produce and the Whitchurch fuel, making good money. Churchill to Exeter, that's good. Oh my goodness, the Southside fuel delivery is making money. That is impressive. Plymouth fuel, that's excellent. So what's at the bottom of the pile? Whitchurch, Felixstowe. The Northside food distribution. Plymouth construction. That's a troublesome route. He's picked up. He might make money this year. I think it's the trouble is that's an expensive train. The airline is barely Oh, 6 passengers already. Very impressive work. We may need to add capacity to that line soon. Yeah, I've got some issues with some of the buses. Airport Express, that's a tram, isn't it? Okay, we've still got some routes to work on here to start making money. But I think overall we are looking very good indeed. So what we'll do, we'll follow this train up to the station and I will say farewell. First off, of course, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you found this little exercise moderately enjoyable and pleasant to watch, and if you did, do leave us a like. Very, very much appreciated. But even better, if you've got any thoughts, suggestions, criticisms, recommendations to make, then do leave us a comment in the box below. Be very much appreciated. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and that way you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. So that's it from me here in Square England, Transport Fever. I will say farewell, and until the next time, bye bye for now.